So I want to show you our Splurge Cream shadows. I was not expecting to like this stuff at all. I just remember cream shadow from when I was a teenager. It was like those blues and purples, and you roll them on or whatever, and by the end of the day, not even the end of the day, an hour later, they were all creased and cakey in your eye. So when I heard cream shadow, that's all I could picture, and that's all I could remember. So I'm so impressed and so pleasantly surprised with how amazing this product is. I'm gonna show you kind of like my go-to if I don't have a lot of time to do like a natural smoky eye. I'm gonna be using the Tenacious. It's a really nice like bronzy gold color. I always start with my eye primer. You can use the Glorious Face and Eye Primer as well. The only difference is this is a little bit more creamy and not as jelly. And it's skin color, so it kind of evens out your color on your lid before you even start. So once that's all in, you could even just wear this as a shadow or like just a little bit of color if you just wanted to even out your eyelids. I've done that before. A Moonstruck Addiction shadow palette in number 1. I just got this one a few weeks ago and it's probably my favorite right now. It's being well used. So it's all your brown and gold tones. Super pigmented, really easy to blend. So I'm just going to take Elated, so it's your lightest color. It's in a matte finish. What I love about this palette too is there's matte and shimmer. So I just take my brush with that and I'm going to put it all over my eyelid. There we go. That's all I'm using from that palette today because we're focusing on the cream shadow. Next, I'm going to use the cream shadow. So Younique does have a cream shadow brush. It came in my Pretty Centers kit, so I never ever had to use it without it. I can imagine if I didn't have it, it'd probably be a little more difficult to like get on in place. But so it's kind of like moussey. But it's awesome because when you put it on, it dries to a powder and you can blend it. So just a little bit on the end of my brush, and I'm only going to do on my lower lid. So I just kind of pat it on, put the color where I want it. So that's one eye. I am going to blend all this out afterwards, but look, that was like 2 seconds to do. So how beautiful is that? You get the nice light shimmer on the inside, just the way it hits your eye, and then the darker sort of in on your crease, and that's only using one color. So now that I have that on, I'm going to take just a fluffy brush. I don't really know the names of all these brushes. I'm not a makeup artist, I just love makeup and love to play around with it. So I'm going to take that in, and I'm just going to blend out that top piece. There. So that's why I put that light color all over my lid, because when you go to do this, it makes it a lot easier to blend. Yeah, let's add a little bit of a liner. I'm not going to use an actual eyeliner. I'm going to pick up my palette number 1 again and just a little sponge brush, and I'm going to use the darkest, well, it's not the darkest, but it's the darkest shimmer brown, the last one here in Zealous. So I'm just going to tap my sponge in there, and I'm going to use this to do a little bit of a line on my upper lash. Using the same thing on the other side. And then I'm just going to, what's left on my brush, I'm just going to do a little bit on my lower lash line. So good. So now I'm going to do my lashes. So we all know the 3D Plus Lash Mascara comes in two different tubes. So there's your transplanting gel and then your little fibers. You don't have to use them both together. Some days I don't. Depends how dramatic I want my eyelashes to be. The fibers are what give you that extra length and volume. So if you just want a more subtle lash for the day, just use the transplanting gel. So I'm just going to put a little bit on there, and first step is just applying the transplanting gel like any other mascara. I typically put a little more on to start, just to really fill them out, and then the fibers really have something to stick to. I always make a mess when I do this, but it's okay because it cleans up really easy with a Q-tip. So that's just the transplanting gel. One coat. So see how you could just wear it on its own, it's just as nice. So then I'm going to add my fibers. You just lightly brush them on the ends. I don't usually go all the way to the bottom because I find it too hard to smooth them out. I did that at the beginning when I first started using it, and to be honest, I didn't really like the mascara at the beginning because I was trying to do too much too fast instead of like building on it, and then that way you can really smooth out your lashes. So then you're going to do a second coat of your transplanting gel. This step you have to do. If you don't, all your fibers are going to fall all over your cheeks all day long, and it's not going to look very pretty. So make sure you do transplanting gel a second time. So there's number one eye. Look at the difference. And then you're going to do this exact same thing on the other eye. And then I'm just going to take a little Q-tip and get all those little spots that I made a mess of. And see how easy it comes off? But this mascara is waterproof, so it's not going to come off during the day.